Hello, Facebook friends. It's Carla, your online doctor, with today's Live in 5. Today is Thursday, April 11th. It is 5:05 p.m. I seem to be doing the 5:05 pretty consistently. So today, not only am I online doctoring, I was actually in-person doctoring. If you look back on my page a little bit, I was at work today in my happy place with my endoscopy friends. So thank you, ladies. As always, if any of you are watching, my endoscopy nurses and staff, awesome day. Thank you so much for making it great. So today we are discussing lung cancer and respiratory screenings. Okay, in the United States, lung cancer is actually the second most common cancer in men and women. It is also the leading cause of death from cancer. Now, if it's found in earlier stages before it spreads, survival is much higher. Screening is used to identify people at risk when cancers would be small. Hello, Eileen. Thanks for watching. So regular chest x-rays have been used for screening, but they don't help most people live longer. Now, in recent years, a test called a low-dose CAT scan has been studied in people at higher risk of getting lung cancer, and it has been shown to save more lives. Now, the study called by the National Lung Screening Trial, the study that was done is actually by that name, included 50,000 plus people, ages 55 to 74. Okay, so this was the National Lung Screening Trial. So you can Google that if you want to. They were current or former smokers and in fairly good health. Okay, so after several years, the study found people who got the low-dose CAT scan had a 20% lower chance of dying from lung cancer than those that just had chest x-ray screening. Okay, now these people who were former smokers, they wanted them to have a 30-pack year history of smoking or more. So 30 pack years, if you're not familiar with that expression, is 1 pack of cigarettes every day for 30 years or 2 packs every day for 15 years. So obviously you understand the multiplication has to come out to be 30. Now, so it was a 20% lower chance of dying from lung cancer if they had the low-dose CAT scan over chest x-ray, but they also had a 7% less likely chance of dying overall. Now, to some people, those numbers don't sound very high unless you're the one with the cancer. Okay, so those numbers are considered significant. Now, the U.S. Preventative Services Task Force recommends yearly lung screening with low-dose CAT scan for people who are, and here is the list, heavy smokers in the past, again, 30-plus pack years, and who smoke now or quit within the past 15 years. Hey, Moretta. And are between the ages of 55 and 80 years of age. Now, the risk of screening, there is always a risk for screening, okay? It's not always just the risk of the screening itself with the radiation, but the risk of screening is number one, first and foremost, false positives, okay? So thinking there's a cancer when follow-up tests, surgeries, etc. actually show no cancer is there. So there's also the risk of detecting cancers that wouldn't have led to problems, cancers that would just sit there, not grow, not spread, not do anything. We call that overdiagnosis. And of course, the risk of radiation, like I said, from annual testing. But the radiation from a low-dose CAT scan is less than a standard CT or a standard CAT scan, but it's definitely more than a chest x-ray. Okay, so the American Cancer Society recommends screening with low-dose CAT scan yearly for high-risk patients in people ages 55 to 74 who are in fairly good health, again, but meet the same requirements of smoking mentioned before. Okay, so remember, this is high-risk patients. This is not for people who don't smoke. This is not for people who have secondhand smoke exposure. This is not for people who have other pulmonary disease, okay? Smoking is the biggest risk factor when it comes to this, and this is where the screening becomes important, okay? Now, the other downside of screening is the false negative, all right, which would leave a person basically believing nothing is there, and then they go another year before they are tested again. And this cancer could, if it's a fast-growing cancer, could be very bad the following year, lead to a lot more symptoms and other issues. So again, if any time within that 1 year of screening symptoms change or any of your health status changes, you can see a doctor and get retested, but just understand this is basically just for screening with no symptomatology, just as a baseline to see if there's anything that is there that hasn't been become symptomatic yet. Now, not all facilities offer a low-dose CAT scan as an option, so you need to discuss it with your doctor, make sure the facility where you go offers this type of CAT scan, because that is the type that is the most beneficial, again, when you're dealing with yearly scanning. So that's what I have for you on lung cancer screening. If anybody has anything that they want to throw in the comments, anything that they know, personal experience, we're all here to learn, okay? So throw it in the comments and let's see what happens, kind of thing. So tomorrow we're going to be finishing up our screening. I have a very exciting 2 weeks coming up for you guys. The next couple of weeks I have some great topics that I've put together, things that really interest me. So I hope that they will be very interesting for you guys as well. So I hope you guys are having an awesome, awesome day. I was exhausted about 3 o'clock. I took one of my Ningxia Nitro supplements and I am like fired up, ready to go, which is really good because I got a lot of stuff to do tonight. So good for me. Natural energy is always good. So I hope you guys are having a great day as well. I hope you got energy to get through the rest of your day. And I will see you tomorrow for another Live in 5.